We had a conversation this morning about how like happiness is contagious, and people being nice to you it's contagious. Like I went to go get a hot chocolate and I walked back in, I was just so happy because everyone was so nice. And it's just not that hard, eh? Like it's just not that hard to be nice to people, and it makes such a big difference.
A huge difference. Yeah. Especially at the beginning of your day. Like grabbing a coffee, it's like that. Well, I don't drink coffee, but it's like, what you do in the morning. You want to be walking around with a bounce in your step because everybody's said hello and everybody's sprightly.
Yeah. It's just so much nicer.
Yeah.
If you've come back on to part 2, say hi in the comments so that we know who's there, because we can see a few of you, but we can't see your names.
We have absolutely no explanation what happened.
Who knows? No idea. But so we usually talk each week about one-ups, which a one-up is the idea of constant improvement in bite-sized form, because clients are always super impressed by a salon that they can see always improving bit by bit, and like that's pretty freaking daunting. But if you just do little bite-sized improvements, then clients do see constant improvement, but for you it's quite achievable. So last time that I was on the podcast, I said my one-up was going to be getting a diffuser, and so here's the thing.
Accountable.
You did not. But here I am admitting. So here's the thing, though, not for lack of trying. So when we moved location, hi, Tony. When we moved location, I went and did a massive, and like you guys know how cheap Kmart is. I spent $450 at Kmart. It took 2 trolleys, and we it was just a thing. It's just a whole thing. So I had a list. I had been online. I'd screenshotted everything I want, and then we went there and we found everything. Tony said she's a bit late, but she made it. But like we got cut off. So really we're all late or all on time, depending on how you want to look at it. So I screenshotted everything I wanted from Kmart, and I found everything. And the one thing I didn't find? The bloody diffuser. And I had it on my list.
I know where they are. Oh,
no, but I know where it is.
Kmart.
No, but I looked. Like, it wasn't there.
Did you ask someone?
No. It was like 9 o'clock at night. That's past my bedtime for those that listen to part 1 of this podcast. But then we had a free seminar thing last week, and Campbell, one of our wonderful students, brought us like a housewarming present of a what is it called?
A reed diffuser.
A reed diffuser.
So she has a diffuser.
So technically I have one. Thanks,
and it
Campbell.
Smells flipping good.
Yeah, Jessie actually mentioned it this morning without knowing what it was.
It was the first thing I was like, "Ooh, what's that smell?" So Campbell, can you tell me where you got it from, please? Thanks.
I think he might have got it from his work, though.
Oh, where does he work?
He works at a pharmacy on Larnav. Okay. Really close by.
I'll buy one from you, Campbell.
Yeah. But also, you'll be happy to hear this, Jessie, because last time that we ran out of essential oils for our hot towel warmer, I thought I'd be all nice and toasty and wintry and get like a scented, and obviously scented, a spiced orange kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I know that you hate that it leaves a blooming yellow dot on every towel.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't hate the smell, but yeah, you put it on the towel and it leaves a big yellow dot.
So anyways, when I was at Kmart, I got a lavender one. Yeah. So Jessie will be,
that's all right.
Okay. Well, you can have yellow dots or lavender.
Yeah.
You get to choose. I've given you the gift
It's not about me. It's not about me.
I mean, it should be sometimes.
Everybody loves lavender.
I love lavender. Have you done any one-ups in the last fortnight?
Yes, I have been thinking, because I did How to Set Your Prices.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Honestly.
No, I loved it. It reduced the decision fatigue for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, meaning you gave me everything I needed to think about, and then I just like put it in, rather than me having to work it all out. And for me, if I had to work all that out, I just put it in the too hard basket.
It is quite too hard.
But what I liked is that you gave us like the blah, 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 and then we could work out the aftercare that we give our clients, the things that we give them at the end of the appointment, like a chocolate or a drink or something like that, and work it all out. And I was just like, well, I would love to offer them something, because I believe in what you said. Like, it's all about exceeding expectations, but you budget in how you're going to do that. And I know that when you were doing a lot of your salon stuff, you had like your specially made chocolates, and they were quite expensive. And I was like, I'm not quite ready to spend $2 per chocolate on each client.
Yeah.
But I was just like, but I couldn't figure out something little that I could give them that wasn't like tacky looking. And then Holly Rose, who I know watches this podcast quite a lot, she posted a photo of like the little Whittaker's individual bars and said, who doesn't love chocolate while they're getting their nails done? I was just like, of course, those are quite classy. So I now get those little Whittaker's chocolate bars for them to take home with them. And I get the pink ones because my business is very pink.
And just to shout out Holly, her Instagram is Nails and Beauty by HJ. So I'm pretty sure that's the Holly that you're talking about. But so you guys should go follow her.
I just did a mobile appointment with her, and it's super. I love getting together with students.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna give myself a pass on one-upping this week because I just got a whole new place. Yeah. Like, give me a second. Yeah. Because holy crap, just the last couple of weeks organizing. So even the extraction unit that we have, which hopefully you guys can't hear because it's right above our heads, but the extraction unit that we use to ventilate our space got moved from the last place to the new place. And it was supposed to be like quite cheap and easy because we already owned the machine and the electrician just had to move it. No, he got here and the roof, there's like an old roof inside the visible roof, and he couldn't get to any roof, like easy roof to extract out of. So then I had to hire a roofer to put a hole in the roof. And
so he took it straight through.
I don't know. There was a lot of people here for like on 3 different days too, because they kept hitting roadblocks. So that happened. And then hi Kat, and then the tent guy. So the only window, well no, we have a small window, but the main window we have, or main natural light we have, is a skylight. And we can't have bless your cotton socks. We can't really work with a skylight because our products cure under UV light, and the skylight is literally right there. And so I had to get it tinted. Well, the tint guy had to come back 4 times because first he didn't bring a ladder. I mean, it's a skylight, guys. But also then it turns out it's not glass, it's plastic. So he couldn't use his heat gun on it. And then it's not flat, it's domed. So it's all wrinkly. Like, blah, blah, blah. In the end, I was like, I don't care what it looks like. No one will look up. Plot twist, everybody looks up.
No, but, Penny, you said in Messenger all the drama with it.
Yeah.
And you said, it's fugly, don't look up.
So you looked up.
So the first thing I did was walked in and...
But even my flatmate, who knew nothing about it, walked in and looked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was a thing. So, like, it's... I guess they're not one-ups to a lot of people. I mean, the studio is. But, like, I'm tired. I'm going to give myself a minute.
Well... The week that we moved in, it was a client week. So everything was probably crazy. So now they're walking into quite an established room.
Yeah. But Dancing with the Stars finishes this week coming, and then I get to unpack my mobile case and all the colors will go up on the wall, and that will be my, like, cheats one up because a lot of my clients haven't been able to see all the colors all on the wall at once because we've got a color wall, basically. And so that's my little one up, is they'll get to see everything.
Tony said, I need to do a one-up. I haven't even thought about it for like a month. I disagree, Tony. You just posted the other day that you've had a sign made.
Oh, fun.
She's had a sign made so people outside can see where she is.
That's totally a one-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a one-up. I emailed people to get quotes for signage today.
Well, I didn't email people. But another thing that Holly got me onto was she's got one of those, like those guys have out there. You know, like the weighted base and the plastic bit you put in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think they call it a sandwich board. Is that right?
Sandwich board. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not very up on those things.
I need to remember that we want a sandwich board. Can you remind me? Because that's on my list.
Going in my notebook.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like I want a sandwich board because I feel like now I just need to reach the people that don't go on Facebook and aren't seeing my advertisements.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you about Holly's guy because he's really good.
The signage guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I already emailed a bunch of people.
We know their quotes.
Yeah. Well,
I'll get a quote from this guy.
I have to compartmentalize my brain. So I spent time getting, like, I messaged like maybe 6 people for quotes. 2 of them are coming, one tomorrow, one on Wednesday, I think. So
Where
I mean,
are you getting them? Up at the top of the drive?
Yeah, we've got 2 spaces and like, yeah, we've got a bunch of space for them, which is great because at our last place we only had 6-month contracts and they got renewed each time, but like 6 months is not enough for me to commit to the price of signage.
Yeah.
If we were gonna then lose our contract, but now we're signed on for 2 years. So Kat said, I try one-ups fortnightly. I learned that on one of the lives you did, like adding 2 colors of Fortnite. You get 10 points and you're the teacher's pet, Kat. You're amazing. While you guys are listening, please do us a favor and hit the like button if you are enjoying this podcast episode, because that does a massive favor to us for getting people to watch and listen and find us. And before we continue on with the podcast, we just want to take a quick ad break to talk about that is not even the one, Jessica.
That's the only ad I've ever gotten from you.
No, it's not. Oh my goodness, guys.
Oh,
so,
did you send one today?
Yes, I did send one exactly where you asked me to send one. Guys, that should have been a seamless
nails and I didn't stop.
Should have been a seamless transition, but here we go. So our new Auckland studio is available for play and practice by appointment Monday to Friday, including 3 evenings a fortnight. Bring a model, bring a friend, and practice anything you want under the guidance of an educator. Bring your own product or have access to all of ours, including our nail art supplies, for only $10 a day. And you can PM our Facebook page for more information on that. You do not have to be a Monaco student or a Monaco graduate. You can just be a nail tech or whoever you want. So yeah, come along and have a go with us. So let's move on to a little quick topic of the week. So this sort of came up earlier because I've spent the day editing a testimonial video from one of our students, Emma, and you'll see that on social media later this week. But what I wanted to chat about today was what surprised you most during training, whether it be good or bad. So if you are watching the Facebook Live, tell us in the comments so that we can share them with people. What surprised you most during training, whether it be good or bad? And I can start, because what surprised me was that I liked doing nails. Because I didn't go into it wanting to do nails. I went into it just wanting pocket money.
Yeah.
It was more convenience, and then I realized I bloody love it, but that's what surprised me. But it turns out that so every weekend when I was a kid, I would just make stuff, paint stuff, craft stuff, and then it turns out that's what we do for a job. Yeah. I didn't know, because I just thought that nail techs just painted stuff, like everybody's boyfriend and husband ever who's become a nail tech, because all the boys always think that we just paint stuff. I thought we just painted stuff. And then turns out I get to make things all the time. And that's really cool.
And we use words like eponychium.
Yeah. And we know things like polymerization.
And chemistry.
Yeah, we're chemistry as.
We know all about plastics.
My sister just commented and said, same Penny, but I don't know what she's talking about. Same what? I've been talking nonstop for like half an hour.
She was surprised that you were good.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Or that you enjoyed it, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. She's the only reason I became a nail tech, because I've told everybody this before, but I wanted a spare part-time job, and she was like, do this so that I could get free nails. That's the whole reason I'm a nail tech, is so that Jess can get free nails.
And now she lives in Queenstown.
And she's a nail tech, so she can do her own bloody nails. All right, what surprised you about training?
I think I've spoken about this quite a lot. I was day one surprised that we didn't learn how to cut cuticles.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've said it before on the podcast, but that was something that surprised me.
Yeah. Because you saw it on YouTube, or because you saw it in a salon?
Because I saw it on a salon. I just thought that's what you do.
Oh, yeah.
And like we were talking about today, like hard for us to about things that we're telling, but like people aren't dumb. They just don't know any better. They've been taught a certain way, or they've been shown a certain way, and they think that that's the way to do it. And so I came to training and realized that a lot of the way non-standard salons do stuff isn't correct.
Yeah.
So I guess that was another surprising thing. I was surprised by how extensive the knowledge and theory was.
Well, that ties in quite well with what Tony actually commented, because she said the amount of theory was a negative to start with, but turned into a positive. And she's also surprised that she had the motivation and determination to follow through when she struggled with something. So first of all, the theory, because that's what you touched on.
It wasn't a negative for me though. I was like, yes.
There was no theory in my course.
Well, there was tons, because we
in yours, yes.
Yeah, but like even now, like the girls do it through the course online, whereas all of ours was in our class, so we all learnt together.
I personally think it's better online because you can go over it again. Videos, yeah. And also because we update the online stuff quite often, then you get the updates. But there was no theory in my training. Tony had said as well, she was surprised that she had the motivation and determination to follow through when she struggled with something. And that is such a Tony thing, because I know how, like, when something's not going, she gets really frustrated, which I'm like that when I don't understand something. It's not so much if I can't do something, then I am more motivated to keep going until I can, because I'm stubborn, so I want to keep going. But if I don't understand something and people are explaining and I just don't get it, that's when I shut down and get frustrated, and that's what Tony does as well.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
I'm similar, but I found in my nail training, I was just like, I'm paying for training and this is what I'm going to be doing in the future, so I have to keep going until I can nail this. Whereas at home, if I start something and I can't get it right, like say I start crocheting and I can't get it right, or it gets boring, I just give up.
Oh, yeah. Because there's nothing writing on it.
Yeah, because I'm just like, why am I wasting my time?
So Jess, my sister, clarified her surprise was that she liked doing nails. Same as my surprise, because we're not really like that. So Kat just joined in. If you guys are commenting as well, feel free to say your Instagram or your Facebook, like put your handle in, because we mention who you are when you're commenting, but we would love to also shout out your pages. So Kat said, I was surprised we still get ongoing support even after finishing the course. So if we have problems, we can always post on the page. Well, that is delightful. I'm glad that it sucks that that's a surprise, because I think it should be standard no matter where you go. But I love that was important to you.
Well, the 3-week course was just like the beginning of your training.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you have like all these things set out for your support. Like you can come in here, you can log in online and have us watch you. You can come onto the novices and grads page and ask questions. Like there's just so much. And then, towards the end of the year, you take your assessments and stuff. And then once you graduate, you're still part of that page. Like it's like I'd still be on it if I wasn't an educator. Like I'd still be on it and asking questions and answering questions.
Instead, you just ask questions in our group chat.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Tony said the theory was a negative for her because she just wanted to paint pretty nails, but now she loves that she knows everything. I think that's quite a solid point there, is that knowing everything is something that clients get surprised by. Like when they ask a question and you know the real answer and they're like, whoa. Like, okay, so should I share that exchange I had with the lady this morning?
Sure.
So give me 1 second to just scroll down and find it. So basically a lady who so trade swaps are us. We've done a podcast on trade swaps before. And
have you?
Yes.
I'm gonna go find that.
Yeah. We did a whole one, but where we are, we don't have any all-day parking. There's plenty of parking for clients and models, but all-day parking is trickier for us that actually work here. So we've actually trade swapped with two locals who are letting us park in their properties, their residential properties, in exchange for nails. So one of them I was talking to, trying to work out what she wanted on her nails so that I could book her in for the swap. And she said, will it be normal polish, shellac, or SNS? And I said, what would you prefer? And she said, currently I go fortnight on, fortnight off, shellac and SNS. And I said, is there a reason you swap between the two? She said, I heard shellac isn't that good for your nails over time. So I said to her, shellac and SNS are made of the exact same thing, so there shouldn't be a difference. But also, if it's applied correctly, looked after, and removed correctly, your nails should be exactly the same after removal as they were before application, no matter what you're wearing. So we'll probably stick with one thing for you. Which do you prefer? She said, oh, I've been lied to then, haha, probably SNS. And I said, cool, so that we can make sure it's the right choice. What makes you choose SNS? And she said, I don't find they lift as much, but in saying that, it could now all be how it is applied. I'm happy with either. So we're actually going to start her out on gel polish, which I explained to her after that shellac is gel polish and SNS is dip, and they're just brands and stuff. So we did have that conversation afterwards, but we're going to start her out on gel polish because it's the more natural, lighter, natural feeling, lighter product. And then if it doesn't work, we'll move her on to dip. But I just thought it was interesting while talking about surprises and talking about how we love to know facts, that somehow this lady who gets her nails done fortnightly thinks that gel polish is bad for your nails, but also somehow like thinks that it makes sense to swap between dip and gel polish, which...
And it kind of annoys me that somebody's let her think that.
Yeah, and I think that just goes like, we don't know who she goes to, and she might go to a different person every time. And the thing is that this understanding of hers, this false understanding, could just relate to what she's interpreted. Like, it might not be that a nail tech has told her anything. She might have just put two and two together and got 7 from her friends and nail techs and stuff like that. And so that's why when we say that we love that we know the facts and the behind the scenes and the chemistry and all that stuff, it's because something as simple as that we can take and explain and educate a client so that like
and they put so much trust in you when you've taken the time to give them that consultation. Like, I'd be impressed if somebody gave me that consultation before I even went in to get my hair color, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they've taken the time to explain to me so I know when I get there I'm getting the thing that I need, and I'm not just walking in saying give me this, they give it to me and it doesn't work. Like, she walks in, says give me this, they put it on and it lifts. So she's like, okay, well next time I'll get SNS, and then she thinks that she has to swap between the two. And it's I just like because when you show people that you have time for them and you educate them like that, I think it builds trust.
Yeah, definitely. So we are all in this together, right? Like, that's kind of the gist of what even Kat was just saying before, and what Jessie elaborated with the support. So we think that the beauty of Monaco is that we're a community of nail techs, not just a haphazard mix of individuals, exactly what Kat and Jessie were touching on. So while we're all chatting together, let's keep each other accountable with one quick fire question each week that keeps us on our toes. So I'm going to pick one. Okay. Well, I don't know what you did last time, so I'm just going to pick one at random.
You've done.
All right. So
GS.
Yeah, I crossed that one off.
Okay.
So is your MSDS folder up to date, Jessie? No. What's an MSDS folder?
Material safety data sheets.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, part of keeping in line with the code of conduct that relates to the health licenses that we are supposed to have as nail technicians, and even just best practice. Like, if you're not governed by bylaws in your city council area, you should still have an MSDS folder. So
I'm not, and that is my lame excuse for not updating mine.
Yeah,
with all
no
the
one's
different products I have. Yeah.
So an MSDS is a sheet that anyone who has chemicals has to have for those chemicals. So, for example, acetone is used in a nail salon, but it's also used in a boat building factory, and it's also used in like all sorts of places. All of those places have the exact same MSDS that says what you do in an emergency if there's a spillage or eye contact or a fire or accidental swallowing, stuff like that. And an MSDS sheet is this material safety data sheet that tells you exactly what to do, who to call in the event of any emergency to do with that chemical. And so for us with nail products, the MSDS relates to each product. So we don't have to have one for each ingredient like acetone, but like cuticle oil will have one, and dip powders will have one, and cleanser will have one, and so on and so forth.
And that's how you know you're getting a good product, is if they can provide you with an MSDS.
Yeah, the distributor of any product should always be able to, because it's a legal requirement.
And if they can't, don't buy it.
Yeah. So we have a folder in our studio, a big red folder to make sure it's easy to find, with all the MSDS sheets. And
we
actually,
also have it on our novices and grads.
we do. We have it on our
files.
Facebook group, and you can email and request them if you buy our products. But also this new website that we are waiting as patiently as possible for. But so Tony has spent a lot of time. When you click on any product, the website's not launched yet. Don't run to it. When you
Where are they?
Yeah. When you click on any product, under the product, you just download the MSDS automatically. That's so good, eh? So tell us in the comments, just as an accountability thing, just a quick yes or no, is your MSDS folder up to date? Because it is a legal requirement for at least Auckland City Council area people.
And I don't think so. Just because I don't require a health license in the Waikato, my business liability insurance would require that I have that.
And
like if I was to go and claim, they'd be like, "Well, do you have your MSDS?" You know.
Yeah, like was this followed? Was your health and safety plan followed?
Yeah.
Which should include checking the MSDS. But I mean, even if you're not governed by anyone, it's best practice. Like safety first, you should have one. Zendre is admitting it is not up to date, which makes me really happy, because that means that us doing this reminder has jogged someone.
I'm just trying to think back to when
Tony says yes.
Lost, Tony.
What a nerd. No, we're proud of you. We're
nerd.
very, very happy.
But that's a good thing. I'm trying to think back to when mine was last up to date, and I honestly think it's before I did dip training. So since I did dip training, I'm trying to think what other products I've...
Polygel?
No, I don't do polygel. So I think it's dip and glitters, my Lucente glitters.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about all the new stuff, if that makes sense, like new range.
Yeah. And Zendre said that she's going to do hers as soon as she gets back from holiday, which I love. Yes, we made a difference. So
I'm going to do mine this week.
Oh, are you just?
Oh, well, you're going to ask me about it next podcast now, so I have to.
Yeah. We should have really asked about this once the new website was launched, because then people could have just jumped straight to the website. Kat said, where we live, no one cares if you walk your horse down the street.
Same
But it's awesome to know, and I'll definitely get onto it.
Same cat. Sometimes the farmers come and close my gate, and I'm just like, oh, I heard of cows are about to walk past.
So just before we wrap up, I wanted to take a second to remind you that our brand new Sparkly Auckland studio is available for play and practice by appointment Monday to Friday, including 3 evenings a fortnight, not just for Monaco students, for any nail tech or nail tech student. Bring a model, bring a friend, practice anything you want. We're here to guide you the whole time. You can bring your own product, or you can have access to all of ours, which includes all our nail art stuff that you might not own yet, for $10 a day. And you can private message our Facebook page to get more info or to book into a session. So with that done and dusted, and before you disappear, please like our page or follow the podcast so that you don't miss the next episode. We will be back just after 5 p.m. next Monday. But until then, check out Jessie at
Shine Nail Design NZ.
Shine Nail Design NZ on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And myself, Penny Lawler, Lawler, nail artist, again on Instagram and Facebook. And until then, feel free to pop a comment under the podcast with your own Instagram and Facebook. We'd love to follow you as well. Have a great week, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.